Hey, ItzZeph, and welcome to the very first Cozy Build Time, a series where, in most building games that I play, I will show you how I built certain things, and or simply do build videos on random build ideas that I have. Today's episode follows the journey in Ark, where I started to build a nice lodge on a cliff. Today, I will show you how to build it fully and what it will look like in the future next episode of the Ark series. I was sick when recording this, so I might sound a little bit off, but I hope you enjoy. So, grab a snack, a drink, get cozy, enjoy the music, and let's build. We're going to work from the front area where the gate is, and work from there. We've laid out the floor. Let's add a little bit of supports from underneath. Perfect. Let's go ahead and place that front gate. Now let's do the walls. Now there's this cool trick that you can do to offset roofs by just a little bit in many different ways, and it's using the new quarter ceilings as well as the quarter walls. I will show you how exactly I will do this for the roof later, but for now we're just going to keep that there for the moment. Now let's move on to the back area where the balcony is and place that real quick. Let's add some more walls. There. Now we have a good area for the inside. Now for the main window for the lodge. First, let's add some doors, as well as some large vertical windows, capped with smaller windows. Now for the tops of these, we'll slope in like this, and top it off, just like that. Perfect. Lots of space in the center for decoration, which we will use in just a moment. Now again, you can use this as inspiration, copy it, or even do your own ideas for how you want to fill this space. First, we're going to use columns, and we're going to switch over to using railings. I forgot to put the two beams right here, but now that those are down, go ahead and do this and flip like that, come over like this, flip, whoa, come down from there, same on the other side, and flip it vertically. We're near the top, and right here we're going to do another one like this. Had to change it around just a little bit. There we go. Just like that. That looks much better. Finally, at the top, we'll add these two as detail. And there we go. That is the window for the rear section of the lodge. I like how it turned out. The pillars here are just used mostly as aesthetic. Feel free to put anything here and use railings in whatever way you want. Now let's fill this space and make it look a bit better. don't be afraid to change your work every now and then, or replace some stuff if you don't think it looks as nice. It's perfectly fine to change your idea of what you want midway through. It's art. It's not really something you're supposed to have an exact image for. Unless, of course, you're going for an exact image. But even then, it's still nice to have your own representation or interpretation of something. Everything is meant to look different. That's what makes it perfect, at least in my eyes. Alright, there we go. We've gotten to the front again. We have a good layout of exactly how the roof is going to be. Right here, it's going to be one big old roof. But I have an idea I want to do up here, because I want this to go up a bit more. And we'll see how that goes once we get up to here. First, though, let's work on more of the front area, this little, where the gate is, and see if we can get this to look a little bit better. Starting with the roof. So this is the thatch roof. As you can see, if you just place it normally on these, it goes very far off. If you just place it on the wall itself, it just goes directly in. And we do want that, so feel free to place it just like that if you want, but we're going to place it first here. Actually, wait. We want to put here, actually. You'll see why in a second. Boom. There we go. See, now we have it's overhanging just a little bit. Enough to where it actually covers all sides. Now, obviously, if you place this against this, it's going to intersect the wall, and that's not going to look very nice. What you do next is you go ahead and grab yourself your walls again, and place another one, and another one. The quarter ceilings, so we have them. And then if you wish, you can also fully flush these out by adding a little wall here as well. Or alternatively, just keep it flush, a large wall here. Now that we've placed that wall, we can use that as a snap point and go ahead and put one of those there and those there. Boom. And then all we got to do from here is simply place it there, place it there. That's the first part. And then again, there, there. Now you have your little overhang roof right there. Alright, now to do this part. We're going to do two things, actually. We're going to first use these and use them inverted so they look like that. And then bring this all the way up here like that. Boom. Now we have a full archway. Not archway. We have a full gable-like roof. Now for this part, now that we have these little open bits, is I'm simply going to close them off. So I'll flip this over like that, this like that. Boom. That doesn't look that bad at all. It's just a little indent area right here. And this will be used later. You'll see why. Now if you have an issue regarding having the roof be in the way of the window, I don't mind it as much, but feel free to change it if you're following along. I'm going to add some more supports. As well as I'm going to add beams. There we go. Now we have a good outline around the place. Let's go ahead and add the stone foundation to this. And boom, just like that, we've added a bit of a stone foundation. We're not going to worry about this part for a bit. We can actually use this as a bit of an extra cozy spot if you want, but I'm not going to be doing anything for under here. But if your house protrudes much higher than mine, feel free to add maybe a little basement down here. Maybe even something that goes underneath the balcony. Okay, now let's go ahead and work on the front porch area. I say it's a porch area, but it's not going to actually be too much of a porch, more of just a way for the animals and stuff to get onto and in the lodge. Very simple ramp and staircase so people can get up and open the gate. And the gate doesn't protrude in, so it doesn't block any ways or ins and outs of the building. So this is all free space. And just gives enough clearance above so we can add something perhaps up here. Alright, now let's work on this inside a little bit. So I'm intending on having a second floor to this, as well as a third, and maybe even a fourth. For instance, just like that. A nice open area for larger dinos to come in if they need to, whether that's for safety or other reasons. And these side areas where we will have mostly the smithy, fabrication, possibly even some cooking and stuff over here. This is also where there's going to be a staircase of some sort, which we will probably work on now. There we go. Now we have some staircases, and the side stuff. Just so that there's more visibility, even from the second floor, I went ahead, instead of adding full walls, I added railing windows to some degree, which fit perfectly and nicely just underneath the normal walls. And now finally up here, we're going to go ahead and add the actual walls. We've reached basically the top of the house, but we don't really have that much room. The most we have, really, is this. And remember, we don't want to take away from this part. There we go. So we can still see the actual top area of this. But now, what do we do with this small area that we have? Well, like I said, we're going to go up just a little bit more. Just like I did down below, I'm going to add large windows made of railings. That's just for the actual big window itself right there. Now the rest can be covered up. There we go. That fits quite nicely. Now back here, we can do a few things. Add 2 of these, or 4 of them I guess, and now we have a bit of a floor like that. Now what we can do is actually put something here to the secret doorway, just because I feel like it. It is going to look a bit weird, especially if it's opened like that. So let's pick it up and place it back down again. As you can see, you might want to change some of the other walls around it so it blends in perfectly. But now, you have a little secret area back here. You can use this for whatever you want, but I'm just putting it there just so that you can see it. From outside, you can't even see anything, which is quite nice. Now off the sides of these, I'm going to have 2 balconies. One on this side, one on this side. I'm going to add 2 triangle ceilings to round it off just a little bit. Possibly any flyers that I might want to land on the roof. Now just so that we know where we are, let's go ahead and add that roof. As you can see, I have completely forgotten to actually add the roof I wanted. This was, obviously, a practice to see if you could figure out if I did it or not. And remind me, because I'm not good at remembering things at all. We're going to do this quite simple. We're going to put it right here, right on the corners. Just like that. Now we have this. An overhang that goes just over. Both sides. Now we got to do the other thing over here. Let's just go ahead and copy it on both sides. As you can see, it can be a bit hard to actually get this right a few times. But once you have it, it is much easier. Now, something also to mention is this is obviously a large waste of thatch roofing, and roofing in general, so if you do try to do this on other builds with other materials, just know it's going to take a lot, unless you know of a perfect way to do this without wasting too much, but it's, to me, I don't mind it at all. But there, now we have the good center part. Now what we're going to do here is add some walls, as well as some, another roof, which will go this way, in order to make this just a bit easier for me, as well as just to add a little bit more detail in here. I went ahead and added these double door frames. And this back here will be where the actual dips go, like that. Like that. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and add the roof. Just like last time, let's go ahead and add the miniature part of the roof as well. There we go. Now, as you can see, it does intersect just a little bit, but it also doesn't intersect right here. Now, there's two things we could do here. Either we can just do this. We can either do this, where we can just overlap it like that, but it will also go into here, which will be a bit of an issue. So, something we can do instead that won't even cause too much of an issue is use the wooden roof instead, just to add a bit of support. Just like that. Now you also have this stuff on the inside, which we will take care of, but for now, we're going to leave it. There we go, there's that. And then we have it on the inside, which... we're going to go ahead and cover it up completely, like this. There we go. Now for the staircase up, we're going to go ahead and add a quick little roof to that area right there. If you wish, you could also use the thatch roofing instead, but I think this goes good for the inside area. Now, as you can see from the inside, you do have a little bit of this right here, which is perfectly fine. Nothing too bad here. And you can cover it up with these walls if you need. On this side, you can do the same, or more likely, since it's just like this and you're not going to see it anyway, just leave it as it is. Now, let's work on the actual balcony parts up here. First, let's obviously add railings. There we go, adding some detailing to the roof with some pillars and railings. There we go, it looks a little bit more like supports are underneath the roof. Just like that. Now on these sides of the roofs, we'll go ahead and add little end bits like that, which make the roof come out just a little bit more. Now to add some support for this actual balcony. First, we're going to start with a little bit of pillar. beam action. And obviously, we might want to put a beam just below it. Of course, it's not just going to be that, as we're going to be using fences now. We'll do the same over here. And there we go. Now we have basically all of the inside ready to go. Now again, you can produce however you want the roof up here. As you can see, this is just a lot of railings, pillars, columns, and, well, yeah, a lot of beams too. And also using, of course, the quarter ceilings to make the roof look just a bit nice. Now, I don't think this is actually, there is a roof that's like this in real life, although feel free to post in the comments if there's any that are like this. I just like to have roofs that are like this. We have just an extra opening from up here. Then this is a good place where flyers, like a Pteranodon or something, come into land. We can also go ahead and add the door here, too, which we'll go ahead and do. Alright, now that we're done with that part, let's get back down here and work on the actual balcony. Now, I'm not amazing at actually making the supports for the actual balcony, but this is what I came up with, so that it looks just a bit nice, just a little nice. Now, obviously, this will depend on where you put your base, how close it is to the actual cliff, and whether or not you can actually use enough pillars to get down. With the new pillar system, though, you basically can pillar down from anywhere, and then just add it to the cliff, and then you basically have a strong support right there. But anyway, there you go. This is the house basically done. Now we just gotta do the inside. First, we're obviously gonna start with some lights. Let's go outside and do these first. Go. There we go. That's just enough lighting. At least for me. Now let's go all the way up here and add a little bit of lights in here. Get a little bit of balcony lighting. And now let's add the furniture of this place. I'm going to replace this wall and use this area as storage. Just like that. I have a little storage area right here. I also forgot to put a railing right here. Let's real quick add those. Now obviously you could fill these areas with big greenhouse doorways so they look like windows. Alternatively though, if you don't want to do that, you could simply just cover them up with thatch or wood doorways, whatever you think would be best. Our work area is basically right here. Really good table, chairs to accommodate. Up here will be the actual sleep area. Just so I know I'm safe. Just like over there, we're going to put another storage area right here. And beside the bed, I'm going to put not only another storage box, but also a bookshelf. Store any blueprints that I might need. Go ahead and give this area a specific torch so it lights it up. And now outside, I'll go ahead and add this campfire to use for cooking certain things and special recipes. Finally, add some benches to sit on. Something I forgot to put over here was actual campfires, but now we do. Now we have some. Now we have the cooking and working area over here. We have a good balcony area, a main walkway and grand hall area, which above you can see the upstairs. And over here we have the living space, which is nice and cozy. And then if you want, you can head upstairs, where you get a good another view of outside if you want. Probably should add some chairs or something over here. And then all the way up here, we have another area, which we could probably put some more living space back here, if we wanted. And then finally, you have the little landing areas. It is completely up to you what you want to do with this place. If you want to add some more to it or change it around, it's completely up to you. But that is the build. I hope you have enjoyed, and I hope that you were as cozy as can be. Whether you followed along step by step, or maybe even used this as an inspiration, or even just watched in satisfaction, I hope in the end, you had fun, that it all turned out well. Anyway, I want you all to know that you matter, and that while things can get rough, it will all be okay in the end. I wish you all the best. I love you all. Stay cozy, and I'll see you.